and endless dream. A disease with no known cure. A sexy doll.
Whoa, Pariah, what?
Oh, sorry, a sexy cleric.
Hey, what?
Sorry. Eldritch nightmares beyond your worst imagination. I'm your host, Pariah.
And I'm your host, Lava Axe.
And this is Card Composers. Tell them who today's card is, Axe.
Today's card is one of the greatest video games ever conceived. It's Bloodborne.
I don't know, that doesn't sound like Swagman to me.
Nobody knows what that is.
Let's go to the cards. Last week we started with... I don't know who we started with. But this week we're starting with X.
Hey, finally. That's what we should have done last week.
What did we do last week?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It was Invincible.
Oh, yeah, it was Invincible. Yeah, no, I don't know, I had a weird dream or something.
So, my first Bloodborne card is Rom, the Vacuous Spider. Costs 5 hybrid black-green mana.
Easy to cast.
It is. Legendary creature, spider, god, mythic rare. And it's a 3/5.
I guess he would be a god, technically.
She
would be a god. Sorry, oh, goddamn. The Twitter mob is going to come after me. Mythic, reach. All right. I could... Yeah, I could see this being mythic.
She's a great one. So that's like a god.
Oh, Rom was one of the great ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Rom was just one of the ones.
She's a kin great one. That's like a great one.
It's like a brother great one.
Yeah.
Or an assistant principal.
Yeah, they're like
or
the
a dwarf planet.
Rom's a great one. I'm calling it. She counts as a great one. I mean, when you beat her is when the moon changes and everything costs more. I mean, that's like the real pinnacle part of the game where things kind of shift when you get to fight Rom.
Oh God, I'm just thinking about the difference between the because you know how in Elden Ring when you fought Ranni and defeated her, she went to that realm of nothing but water.
Is that before or after I married her?
No. Did I say Ranni?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Raynala. Raynala, the lunar queen or whatever.
Ah.
Yeah, you beat her up, and then she goes to that realm where it's just the moon and just 2 inches of water everywhere.
They like that aesthetic.
Yeah. No, it's like first you got this horribly ugly spider, and then you got giant woman.
What's your preference?
Giant spider woman.
So, Rom says, when this creature enters, create 4 1/2 green spider tokens with reach. And when this creature dies, if it did not have a finality counter on it, return to the battlefield with a finality counter.
It would be very much like the boss fight if you just ran past all the 1/2s to just like beat the shit out of Rom as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, so then she can teleport away and come back with more spiders, and now you have double the amount of spiders.
Oh, man.
You described that Denetrius or whatever and just beat the crap out of her.
If there was room on the card, I would be like, oh, when Rom's...
My card should be longer. I just want to... Everyone write this down.
I said if there was room on the card...
There is.
I would have, when Rom enters the graveyard, exile all spiders or something. Because, when you defeat Rom, everything goes away.
Well, the first couple of times when she teleports, the spiders don't go away. And I know she does it twice, so there's 3 times the spiders. But whatever, it's not going to be perfect. But
that's cool.
Yeah, supposed to reflect it for the card.
Thinking about it now, yes, this really does work as a mythic because of how many, 1/2 spiders she can generate. 8/16 worth of extra bodies.
She's pretty strong.
Yeah.
You have to have green or black to cast her.
She's a body maker and a body blocker.
Well,
she is like the ultimate blocker, actually.
She's a spider. She's got to have reach.
Yeah.
Imagine that's when she shoots like the blue magic out.
Oh yeah, the blue beam. Yeah, they could take a flyer out. And then the spiders do come from the sky.
Yeah, they just kind of drop.
Yeah, I don't know how or where.
And then they just skip frames the further you are away from them.
Oh yeah.
Bloodborne. When are you going to come to a more recent, stronger console?
I'd play it again, potentially.
I will play it again. I already want to. 10 times isn't enough. I need more Bloodborne.
All right.
Let's see your card, Pariah.
Alrighty. My first Bloodborne card is Insight. Double blue and a black for a rare enchantment. Nightmares your opponents control get +X/+X, where X is your devotion to blue. When this card enters, draw cards equal to your devotion to blue. Each opponent creates a 1/1 black and blue nightmare creature token. Alright, thoughts on the card?
I love it. I can't believe it, Pariah. You made a card that the cost is reasonable and makes sense. The ability is flavorful as hell. You nailed it. This card's great.
It's a little give and take. You're running blue, you can return it back to your hand and just do it again. worst case scenario, if you could return it back to your hand, you've drawn a shit ton of cards potentially if you've got Devotion running. And then, oh no, they have a 1/1 Nightmare when this isn't on the field. Then if you want to draw more cards, shoot, card draw is the name of the game.
I don't think I would change anything. I mean, yeah, you're paying 3 to draw 2 cards. For if you didn't own any permanents, it would be pretty crappy. But generally speaking, you're probably going to get more than 2 cards, especially if you play the second one.
And if this is on turn 3, easily you've drawn 4 cards.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. At turn 1, you just...
Or turn 3 you could do 5. You could be drawn 5. You get a 1/1. Turn 2, 2 1/1s. Turn 3, you get your swamp. And then that's when you can cast that, and then you'll have 5 cards, and they'll have a 5/5. Or no, they'll have a 6/6. But I don't know, 5 cards, they can easily deal with a 6/6. If you draw a return to your hand, get that back to my hand. I could cast it again if I want to on a later turn when I have even more Devotion, and then their big old nightmares become 1/1s.
Yeah, your insight level goes up, so the enemies get a little bit stronger. You're getting more cards because you're learning more things.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, I was looking through the stuff for insight, and it was like, oh, the Witch of Hemwick does not spawn the black things when your insight is 0.
That's true. If you're a loser who can't beat the easiest boss in the game, you could just spend all your insight so that she's even easier.
Yeah. Well, I also saw it's impossible to pull that on the first time fighting her, because anytime you discover a boss, your insight goes up by 1.
That's true. So you're already a loser who's already lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest boss in the game.
I will say I think I did get defeated by Hemwick at least once or twice, but she was definitely the easiest boss in the game.
Slowly meanders around, summons a second one who also just meanders around.
Oh.
The little nightmare things also just meander around.
Oh,
Just run
she's
circles
invisible.
around.
Where's she at? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll go for where those spells are coming from. All right.
Great card.
Thank you. Actually might be the most I spent on a card. I was not even going to do this card.
But then you decided to.
Yep.
All right, my second card is Blood Moon.
What?
It calls for red and 2 colorless, non-basic lands or mountains.
Oh, this is great. And it looks like you made this so far ahead of time that it's like you knew the show was going to happen.
Yeah, because it turns into a Blood Moon after Rom's defeated.
Yeah. I don't recall seeing a single mountain in the game, though. Flavor loss.
There's mountain in Bloodborne, the DLC.
Oh, I didn't
Or it's
play
like kind of like hills. Also, you climb a mountain with the Witch of Hemlock.
Do you?
You're like going up the whole time.
Oh, I mean, I would consider that more of a hill.
What is a mountain but a tall hill? All right. So, my second card is the Hunter's Axe.
Classic.
It's a colorless and a black, artifact equipment, rare.
I mean, personally, I would have done the whip cane.
You mean the threaded cane?
I mean, the threaded cane.
No one else would. No poise. I'll just walk right through that and beat the shit out of you with my axe.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
Until I get the Blades of Mercy.
No. The best part about the cane, though, is when you can do you hit it against the ground, and it goes... Ding.
Ah, yes, that's the best part of the weapon. The stylish flourish you can do when you put it away.
All that really matters is how cool the weapon looks.
That's why the Blades of Mercy. I love the Blades of Mercy so much.
Aren't they just blades?
Yeah, but you can swing. You can because one sword, and then you go shing, and you separate them, and it's so cool looking.
That is cool. The sound design is key.
And it's what Eileen the Crow uses, and she's awesome. So now, if you remember, I said all the things about the Hunter's Axe. I guess we'll put this back together. Yeah. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has lifelink as long as your life total is less than your starting life total. Tap equipped creature, transform this artifact.
All right. That is very good.
Yeah, because the axe has so much rally potential. You can regain the health that you've lost, but you can't gain more health than you had.
Is that what's the light red bar's called?
Yeah.
That you can gain back?
It's rallying.
Okay.
And the axe is particularly good at it, especially since it has so much stun when people get hit by it. They usually just stand, unless you're bigger than you, they usually just stand there and take the hits. It just uses a lot of stamina. So, when it transformed, it's called Transformed Hunter's Axe.
I always felt like the transformations had different names. But
Not that I recall.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like even the Kirk hammer starts off as a sword, and it's still called the Kirk hammer.
Transformed Hunter's Axe has equipped creature gets +3/+0, has reach, and whenever a equipped creature deals damage to another creature, tap that creature and put a stun counter on it.
Wait a minute, reach?
Yeah, because it gets real long.
I mean, I guess.
He gets you get like a spin attack, and it goes really far and is good for crowd control. Yeah, because you're reaching everyone around you.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have given it reach. I would have given it I would have given it equipped creature has maybe trample, because of its like smash through potential. I guess
you didn't make it. I did. It has reach because it gets really long because it can reach people that are far away.
This is starting to feel like my color thing, except with vocabulary.
I can't. It is.
It's like, shoot, what can't you reach with a sword?
Oh, so none of your cards are based on puns or anything with their name.
Not that I can recall it right now.
Oh, maybe you need more insight.
The future will change that for sure.
You can tap equip creature to transform this artifact back. Too.
Yeah, I do love, like, the best part is, costs nothing to transform the weapon. Literally just, like, any time, bam.
Just takes a little bit of your time, like it does in the game, where you're just like, or whatever.
Oh, and then if your creature dies when it's still transformed, it's harder to equip.
Yep. But you can still equip it.
I do like that. It's like, oh, I couldn't afford to equip it because I left it transformed. Oh, yep. No!
So maybe you tap your creature before he dies?
Yeah, before he dies, so you just get the Hunter's Axe.
But essentially, yeah, if you don't care about the temporary lifelink, you switch over to the stronger mode.
But if you're like, oh shit, I don't want to tap my creature to retransform the axe, I'm just going to not transform it. I'm going to spend the 2 to equip my creature, so I don't have to tap the creature to transform it. It's a very fun card.
You can kind of do a lot. You could even, like, if your creature for some reason had vigilance, or if you were blocking with them, you could transform it mid-combat immediately to give it more damage or something as well, which you can do in the game. You can transform weapons in the middle of a combo.
I don't know why I don't remember that, but I only played...
Because you use the threaded cane, and the threaded cane is terrible.
Oh, I love the threaded cane.
It's the worst starting weapon.
Come on, you don't like the... When you got like a whole figure 8 going on in the air, and it's just like...
No, I want to deal poise damage. I want people to react when they get hit. Not laugh at me because I hit them with a cane, but then be astonished because I flourished it at the end.
Well, yeah. This isn't winning, this is fighting with style.
Alright, let's look at your last card.
My last card is the doll. That is what the card is. That is what the character is called. I looked it up, I was like, it's got to have a name. Nope, it's just the doll.
It's the doll. It's the classic FromSoft girl in the game that heals you or levels you up.
They have one of those in Dark Souls 1?
Man, I just played that. I don't remember. Yeah, you level up at a bonfire, don't you?
Yeah, you level up at the bonfire, and then the second game had the Emerald Herald. And then
Dark Souls 2, there's a girl you heal with.
Yeah, the Emerald Herald.
And I haven't played Dark Souls 3, but in Dark
Souls 3, there's an
Elden
Ring.
Elden Ring, the woman levels you up.
There is a barefoot woman that.
In Sekiro, you have to go to what, the Buddha shrine?
Shit, I don't remember.
I know you to Pearl or something.
I got to the second boss, and I'm like, fuck this shit. This game feels like homework. I don't like it.
It does. That's the problem. Is it feels like I feel like I'm at work, but I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna go play Bloodborne instead.
It's supposed to be a game. I like to be fun challenged, not mentally challenged.
Kudos to you out there that can easily beat Sekiro. That game is hard. I'm a pretty good gamer, I would say above average, but like Sekiro is rough.
Anyway.
The doll.
Costs 3 colorless. It is a legendary artifact creature, toy. I did have to go back and forth on that because Construct was also an option, but with the new set, especially with what Gehrman said at the beginning, I think he said, use anything here as you see fit, even the doll, should it please you. I'm like, whoa, don't mind if I do.
So what does your card do, Brian?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. So anyway, that's why I called her a toy. She is a 0/1 with Defender. And as long as your devotion to blue is less than 1, the doll isn't a creature and loses all abilities. Because if her insight's 0, she's just a doll. She's just an artifact. Doesn't do anything. But once your insight hits 1, you can level up with her. That's why I gave her the pay 2, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only during your turn. Because you can only do it in the Hunter's Dream.
Yeah, I'm surprised you wouldn't just activate only as a sorcery. So that I can still activate in response to things as long as it's during my turn.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine being in the middle of combat and the doll's like, "Want to get stronger?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, that's true.
With the way it's worded on my turn, I would just attack. I would run a blue weenie deck, attack, and be like, "Who are you gonna block?" And in response, just beef the shit out of whoever you block or don't block.
If you're running a blue weenie deck, that means your devotion is probably pretty high because you got a lot of little blue guys.
It only has to be 1.
And then the insight is going to be that'll synergize with the insight card. Crazy.
I mean, I like this card a lot. I do think it should be activated as a sorcery instead of a turn, because that's very strong. But also, I'm like, man, this card costs 3 for a 0 on Defender. Do I mind if it's really strong? Your devotion's probably generally... I assume you're going to run this in a deck where your devotion's always going to be blue.
It's like, by some crazy circumstance, you don't have a blue creature. or anything blue on the field, it's just a 0. I paid 3 for a 0/1 defender. Or no, 3 for an artifact that isn't even a creature. 3 for a nothing.
I would almost say this card could probably have more toughness, but I see why it's a 0/1. It's because it's the doll, and she doesn't
attack anything.
She doesn't do much anyway. I like it. I mean, it should probably be activate only as a sorcery.
Yeah.
Because you don't want some shenanigans in response. Oh, I feel like I lightning bolt your creature. In response, you level it up.
That doesn't
feel right flavor-wise.
Yeah, as a sorcery, that does work a lot better, because it's like, you go back to the Hunter's Dream. During your main phase, you go to the Hunter's Dream, and now you're in combat.
Yeah.
Then after combat, other main phase,
back to the Hunter's Dream, level up if you need to.
All right, yeah.
This card's pretty good, though. Man, your flavor's on point. I knew you love Bloodborne just like me. I love it.
Hey, it's a FromSoft game. They're usually all pretty good. And Bloodborne is a very blue-black game with a splash of red.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Certainly not green. Well, actually, no, I guess with Rom. I guess all of the great ones are very, greeniest.
You could make some of the arguments with some of the beastly creatures being green.
Oh, yeah,
they feel more black to me because they are obviously, savage and filled with madness. I mean, they almost seem like they could be red-black monsters. But if you wanted to say they were green because they're beasts...
I am wondering if anything would be white.
Eileen the Crow?
Yeah, it should be black-white, I guess.
Might be able to make that argument. I mean, there's plenty of people that, the cleric beast, is that green-white? I
almost want to say those, those weird, what would you say those weird alien things are?
The homunculus things? Probably blue-green things. Blue-green. I mean, you could probably make the argument there's some white. Because there's a lot of religious, obviously, aspects to Bloodborne. You could argue that's white.
But it's all very, the
Father
shitty side of religion.
Father Gaskin or whatever.
Gascoigne.
Father Gascoigne. Would you make him a black-white creature because he's still, or is he all evil because he transforms into a beast?
And then he just no, his normal form would be, I would say, probably black-white. And then when he transformed, black-red.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he's the huge beast. So, I mean, there's some... Oh, you know who would be white? The Temple Dweller.
Oh, yeah! The one in the...
He's just a nice guy.
The one who was definitely murdering all the people and...
Not him.
The one who was definitely murdering the people, so I killed him, and then realized, it wasn't him.
No, it was the guy standing outside, covered in blood, going, "What have I done?"
Yeah.
But I didn't notice the Temple Dweller would be white.
Yeah, Temple Dweller would absolutely be white.
That dude's pure white card. He's just some nice, lonely guy. You got the nun that you can save.
Yeah, that's
the people
true.
that you save. I mean, there's not a lot of them. Not the prostitute, though.
Well, that's our show for today. Questions, comments, concerns? Let us know at P.O. Box below this video. And tell us which card you think was best in show. Tell me, Axe, which card do you think was best in show?
Well, it's close, because we had some great cards today. But I'm going to have to pick Insight.
Yeah! Yeah!
I'm going to have to pick Insight. The flavor on it is delicious. And yes, that ends my streak. I'm upset. I know my cards are generally better. But you nailed it with Insight. Insight's great. I love it.
This is the most I've ever spent on in a card, and then once I thought of Devotion, I was like, that's it. That's the ability. Because this was originally going to be a curse. But with it being an aura curse, I couldn't figure out how to get the wording to where it wasn't like, oh, yeah, da, 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 and then da, da, da. It was too confusing as a curse. So then I was like, all right, just throw in the mechanic in, Insight, you fight nightmares, you make them bigger the more insight you have.
Yeah.
But you also get better at dealing with it.
You nailed it. I love it. I love this card. I love Bloodborne. I love you. I love everything.
That's kind of gay, X. Speaking of gay, got any hints for next week's episode, X?
Man, it would be terrible to live in the Bloodborne universe. There probably isn't a cleric alive strong enough to get you through that nightmare.
Well, there may be one.